This man was abandoned by his wife, who left him with a 5-month-old baby and another 3-year-old by then. With no help, no support, just him against the world. But when life knocked him down, he did something extraordinary. He didn't give up every day.
Y'all seen this man? Let's rewind that. Look at what this man doing. By any means, he bringing his child to work with him. When you are together and you bring a kid in this world, don't abandon me. At least let me know if something ain't right in the relationship and we can work on it, but don't abandon me, especially if we got kids together. Look at this man.
He did something extraordinary. He didn't give up every day. He washes, feeds, and cares for his children. Then, with his little boy on his back, he walks through town to his small barber shop, a place where he not only shapes hair, but also molds a future for his 2 children. But why would a mother leave her young kids behind? Was it a misunderstanding? Or something deeper? In the lively but tough streets of Goma in the Democratic Republic of Congo, a single father's love story gives us all a reason to hope.
Kwa majina naitwa Waloja Kikoko.
My name is Waloja Kipoko, and I'm heartbroken. I will try to briefly explain what happened. In 2019, I had a wedding where I married the woman I loved. At that time, we lived in the village, but later we moved to Goma town. Life was good as I had a job working in a factory. However, everything changed when a volcanic eruption occurred, causing the entire factory to burn down and resulting in me losing my job. Around the same time, my wife was 5 months pregnant and began behaving differently, but I initially attributed it to her pregnancy. The man noticed some signs but didn't pay much attention. His wife started to cause some trouble, and he thought these were just normal mood swings that pregnant women have. But it didn't take long for him to realize he was wrong. After 9 months, my wife gave birth, and we were happy because the delivery was normal. It was tough because I didn't have a job, but we did our best.
See, it sounded like this woman was ready to bail on this man because tough times hit. See, that's when you know if somebody's really for you or if they're really not. When tough times hit, because tough times is going to show a person's true colors. And it sounds like that's what happened in this situation right here.
So I began to look for jobs everywhere. One day, when I came back from job hunting, I found our baby with the neighbors. When I asked where her mother was, they said they didn't know. They thought she had gone out with me. Since then, I haven't seen her again. I've asked around and searched everywhere, but she's nowhere to be found. Since then, he has taken on the role of both mother and father, caring for his young children and doing all the household chores.
You mean to tell me you gave your child to the neighbor and said nothing to the man that you had a child with? How childish is that? Woman, you got a newborn child and you trusting your child with your neighbor instead of the man that you had a kid with. Come on, you gotta be an adult. And this goes for both genders. I would say the same thing if a man bailed on a woman and made her a single mother. It goes both ways. But in this situation, it's the woman bailing on the man. Now he left taking care of his 2 children. Come on, woman.
When he has to go to his day job, he carries his youngest on his back and moves around town with them because he can't risk leaving his children with neighbors. Even though it's challenging, he has gotten used to serving his clients with the baby on his back. Walking around with my children on the streets doesn't make me happy. It actually makes me feel worse. But as a man, I know I have to be strong and deal with whatever challenges come my way. I have to feed the baby and take care of him because I don't have anyone else to look after them while I go to work. Some of my customers find it unusual, but others have gotten used to seeing me cut hair with my baby on my back. Selemani a colleague of Kipoko, admires Kipoko's dedication to his children, especially after their mother disappeared. He has seen firsthand how Kipoko successfully balances work and single parenthood, which requires strength and resilience. Despite the challenges, Kipoko ensures his children's safety and well-being and goes the extra mile to provide for them. Selemani finds Kipoko's ability to maintain a high work rate and prioritize his family truly remarkable. Kipoko's dedication to both his job and his children has earned him respect and admiration from many in their community.
See, this the type of men that should get credit. This is a real father right here. He could have gave up and said, you know what, I'm putting my kids in the foster system. I can't do this. This is tough. But no, he stepped up to the plate as a man and showed what a true father does in this type of situation. So I can do nothing but respect this man.
Ule mtoto mwenye alikuwa anabeba kumugongo ni shida yenyewe ilimupataka mu maisha.
The man you see cutting hair is my colleague. We're all baffled as to why his wife left him, especially with such young children to care for. When she left, he confided in me, sharing that despite his skills, he found himself without a place to apply them. So, I decided to give him a chance, and he proved to be exactly who I needed. Now, he's able to earn a bit to help cover some of his expenses. As for me, I have no issue with him bringing his child to work on his back. As long as he does his job well, it's fine by me. I wouldn't dream of stopping him from bringing his baby along. I understand he has no one else to look after the child and lacks any other form of support. With so many responsibilities weighing on him, there comes a moment when he stops to wonder how a mother could leave her young children behind and never return, not even to check on how they're doing. The youngest is just 10 months old, while the eldest is 4 years. It's a question that haunts him amidst the daily challenges he faces, trying to provide and care for them on his own. The day she went, they said she entered a RAV4 and I was left with frustration and cried out loud. I remembered everything from the day we met to the day we had our wedding and how it ended in a worse possible way. I started asking myself if she is really their mother, because pure mother's love would not let anyone do what she did. But with the support of God and a few caring good Samaritans, I've managed to go by. The father of 2 doesn't blame himself, believing he did everything within his power to be a good husband. He feels that it was only when he lost his job and they began to struggle with life's hardships that he also lost his wife. I never mistreated her, never caused her harm, and we never had any significant problems that could have led to her leaving. Everything started to fall apart the moment I lost my job. When I was employed, everything was fine. I provided for all her needs. What she did later left me completely shocked.
This just makes me mad, because how could you leave a man that didn't mistreat you? He was a good father when that volcano eruption happened and it destroyed that factory where he worked at. You left him and your children. How, as a mother, could that even cross your mind? You have a newborn baby and you left the baby with the neighbor.
Rumored that his wife turned to prostitution after leaving. His only wish is to find her and ask why she would choose that life over her children. However, the overwhelming responsibility of caring for his children and working leaves him with little time to seek her out. Despite the hardships, he hopes to ask her to come back. I plan to search for my wife, but I've heard she lives far from here. Despite everything, I want to meet her and ask her to come back home. Legally, she's still my wife since we never divorced. If she apologizes and promises not to leave again, I'm with
this situation that took place with this man. I'm sure he married this woman with good intentions. Like, I'm ready to start a family. I'm ready to just be a husband, a great husband to my wife, and be a great parent to my kids. But like I said earlier in the video, when things get tough, you will see someone's true colors. Because people don't like to stay down for the come up. They want to be around for when you already up, not to come up. So that's what it sounded like this woman was on. She was plotting. The moment she knew that that factory burned down where her husband worked at, it clicked in her head like, oh, I don't want to struggle. And then she already knew what she was going to do. She like, oh yeah, I'm going to give my baby to my neighbor and I'm going to let my husband deal with it. And I'm going to bail on my family. That's not cool at all. One bit. I don't condone bailing on your children. It's one thing if you're in a relationship and you do it, but it's another thing if you in a marriage and you have kids involved and you bail on your kids. How? I don't have kids personally, but I promise you, I would never bail on my children if I had any. That's a cowardly move. Man or woman, you decide to have these kids. You have to be an example for your children. Stop bailing on your children. Communicate. You had a whole entire family and you decided to leave them. Why, woman? Man, I might just donate to this man. I'm going to try to find this donation page or whatever they have. And I'm going to donate money to this man. Because I respect single parents that don't complain. They just do it because that's what they signed up for. So, hey, man, if you see this video, you're a great father, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And you didn't deserve to be left for dead in this marriage. But that's all I got for you guys. And make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'm gone. Peace.